Hey guys, welcome to Find Your Flow Yoga and the new episode of Sarah Searches. It's been a while since I've done this, but I'm super excited to get back into it. Our topic today will be essential oils. So we will start with what is essential oil. Essential oil is basically the essence of whatever plant the oil comes from. We are going to first talk about just the different uses of essential oils because it's become very popular. It's been used for a very, very long time in the East, and it's come over to the West, and there's not much research done in America, and not much focus has been put on it, but it's gained popularity, and so it's always important to make sure you research all this stuff, which we'll get into later. But the uses and the way people use essential oil are diffusers that spray. They mix water with your essential oil and just spray the essence of that scent in the room that you are in. You can put it on your wrists as like a little topical and inhale it in for meditations. And people use it in cleaning products and also beauty products for a more natural product. They can also be used for medicinal purposes, and that comes with precautions. So now we're going to move into precautions. Basically, any use should be used with precaution. It's important to research any oil that you're using because every oil is different. So you want to make sure that you are doing research on each oil because that way you'll learn the benefits of each oil and also the different warnings for each one. And so it's just important to find these precautions and when to use them, when not to use them. And also, a big warning is to not use too much. A little goes a long way, and so I will share a personal story about that and my love affair with tea tree oil. Because I've had a history working with acne just throughout my whole childhood, through college, acne all the time, and so I was on a lot of medication, a lot of topical things, and last year I just got tired, not last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I got tired of using unnatural products that kind of was affecting my hormones and a lot of stuff, so I tried moving on to more natural products, and I researched finding that tea tree oil can help with acne when used topically, and so I started doing that, and it did work. It's the fastest result I've ever had. However, I started to abuse that because it worked so well, and I would put like 2 drops in my hand and then I would just put it all over my face, and I do that 3 times a day, and that grew an allergy within me. And then because I also love tea tree oil, I also had natural tea tree oil deodorant that I used because I was obsessed with it, and so I had become allergic to tea tree oil, and so I had to cut tea tree oil out of my life. I couldn't use it because I would break out in hives and just get really itchy. And so now, technically, once you're allergic to it and have a reaction, that doesn't go away. And so now, if I ever use it, I have to be really careful. So that's like a big precaution to take is use the recommended amount. Don't use too much because then it'll just be taken away from you. And so, the big reason why I researched essential oils and why this is something I was interested in is because of a conversation my mom and I had, because I am newer to essential oils, and my mom is like a big proponent on essential oils and just incorporating that into her life a little bit. And so when I first started using tea tree oil, I just bought a product that I found at Walmart. It was what I could afford and it was there. And so when my mom heard about that, she thought I was nuts and was like, don't do that. And so it was basically, I just wanted to do this episode to research the purity of essential oils, whether cheaper oils are effective or if they're not. And so we will do a purity test later on where we can test the purity of essential oils because it's a really easy thing to do. But first I'll talk about some research I did on do essential oils work if they are not pure. What I learned is that yes, there's a difference between pure oils and less pure oils, especially the effects that it has medicinally and working internally in your body for healing purposes. However, there is still some minimal effects that you could still get from the cheaper, less pure essential oils, which is more the aromatic qualities that you get from pure essential oils. A lot of that just makes sense of if you smell a scent, your mind's going to recall back to that feeling of the scent. And so if you know lavender, you associate lavender with calmness and feeling rested. Even if you smell that scent and it's a less pure oil, your body will probably still feel calmer because it attaches those meanings to that scent. However, that's basically the only effect you may get from that oil, that less pure oil. And for some people that might work. And if that's all you're looking for, then I think that's okay. But if you're looking to go more in depth and find the purity and the deeper healing of the oils, you're going to want to match the price of whatever the pure oil is, and it's worth it too. And so that's what I learned. So basically, yes, scent-wise and aromatic-wise, like you're going to smell the same thing, even though the pure one smells a little bit more and more pure. But you're going to get the same effect smelling-wise and how it's connected. But you won't get as much of the healing properties throughout your body with like specific organs being affected and all of that jazz. So it's really just up to you. The most important part is to just do research on your oils. And now we're going to move on to checking the purity of some of my oils. So I have a bunch of essential oils right here. And to do the purity test, this one way to test it is basically just taking a drop, putting it on a white sheet of paper, and then you just let it dry. And if you see a kind of ring around the drop that you created after it's dry, that means that it's been mixed in with other things. It's not 100% pure essential oil. So I'm going to test all these just to see what it's like, but we will speed through it. The biggest thing for this video that I'm testing is my 2 lavender oils. So I have just a regular lavender oil from Shea Moisture. This is one that I bought probably at Walmart. So we're testing this with the lavender oil that my mom gave me when she found out that I was buying oils from Walmart, and she was like, no, use this instead. So we're just going to compare the two, see what's up with those, and I'll look at everything else, and I'll come back to you when it's all figured out. So let's begin. Now we wait. Okay, so it's been like 45-ish minutes, so that gave the oil time to dry. You want to test it once it's dry because that's part of the test. I'll show you the results here. So basically, a way to test first is you want to make sure that these spots are dry, and a lot of them are. That one wasn't. Just the middle part though. Also, it smells so much. I didn't think about how all these different smells would just mix together, but we're getting something. Something's happening. So we got a lot of cool and good news. Basically, the big thing that I was testing was the Shea Moisture lavender, and then Vitality Laughter given to me by my mom. And turns out they are the same. Like, I got the same results. There's no, it's these two, and they're both, like, there's no residue, and there's no ring that's terribly colored. That just happened from the pen, which I realized probably wasn't the best idea. But there's no residue making a circle to show that there's unpure elements in the oil. So that's really cool. But that makes me happy that at least Shea Moisture is like a good product, at least with this test. But then just going on with my other findings, I mean, clove looks pretty messed up. That's this one. So like this one's got a funky ring even without considering the pen marking, which is probably the blue ink, but even inside there's like a different color going on that may have affected it. But yeah, I'm excited to see that the oils I have aren't as cheap and unpure, potentially, from this test. It seems pretty good. I guess that's how we'll end it. Just as a recap, do your research on your oils. Every single one, research on the oil, on the company you're getting it from. Use minimal amount. What's the saying? A little goes a long way. That's what I'm trying to say. Do your own research. Be educated. I hope this video just kind of brings a little bit more of an interest in essential oils if that's what you're interested in. It's fun to experiment as well, and it's just fun to learn. I'm happy with the results. Thanks for joining. Hopefully I'll have another Sarah Searches coming up soon, depending on time. And just subscribe. You can comment different things if you're interested. I'd love to research any questions or topics that you have. And yeah, just give a like, comment, subscribe, share it with others. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for joining.